Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. And today we start on a sad note. Today we start on a sad note because during the early morning we received some very, very heartbreaking, very tough, and very, very painful news. Today in Spain, together with his brother Diogo Jota, in a car accident, unfortunately passed away. I don't even know, to be honest, how to describe this, because it just shows that life can end like that. Let's just put it that way. We never know what's going to happen the next day. We never know what's going to happen within the next hour. Anything can happen. Genuinely, anything can happen. Great player, great personality. And he got married genuinely a week ago. That is on top of all that, of course. And he left 3 children with his wife behind. It's a tough one to swallow, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I realize that people pass away daily, countless people. But when it hits your inner circle, let's just put it that way, whether it's your family, whether it's someone you close, you follow, or in this case, it's in your footballing family, it hits different. Let's just put it that way. It genuinely hits much, much different. And it just shows how fragile people are, how fragile life is. Let's be real. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. And my condolences to family, to friends, to all the Liverpool fans, to Liverpool themselves, to Porto, to Atletico Madrid, to whole world, to be honest, full all footballing world, because that is something like you just never expect. 28 years old. His brother was 26, if I'm not mistaken. So young, and as well, like, it's actually insane. Like, both of them are younger than me. Like, that is the nuts part when I start to think about these things. And I was sitting on multiple streams today. I was listening to it, and it really hits home. It really hits home instantly. The memories come back. For at least for me, who have experienced close people pass away and stuff like that, it really, really hits home. Let's just put it that way. And it's very hard to find the proper words to describe, to vent, to be anything. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, it was very unexpected. It was out of nowhere, and unfortunately, we are today where we are. Like, Diogo Jota has passed away together with his brother. Like, yeah, and yeah, football fans, we all been cool because of Diogo Jota. Yeah, news, and in fact, was sad and moments silence. Yeah, exactly. Like, it is like that. Together, we all come together. Rivalries aside, everything aside. Like, no matter how you look at it, we are one big football family. Whether you support United, whether you support Liverpool, Spurs, whatever, whoever, right? Whatever team you support, we are one big family. No matter how you look at it, we share the same passion, same love, same everything. So it is different, and that just shows that you cannot take any moment for granted. Like, if you have family, friends, like, tell that you love them pretty much daily. Tell them that you love them daily, because you never know where anything's gonna stop. Because, like, you don't know. You generally don't know, because it can happen at home, it can happen on the street, it can happen at work, it can happen anywhere, at the most unexpected times. So show your family some love. Never take them for granted. Never take anyone for granted in your life, because it can all disappear like that, and then you are sitting there and you wish that you could have done something else. You could have said something to them. Like, some people pass away, you never get to tell them that you love them. Like, I can speak from my experience. Like, it's very hard and very difficult, as I said, to describe and tell into words what actually people are experiencing and how people are feeling, because everyone mourns in different ways. Some clamp up, some lash out, some just sit and cry, and it takes time. It genuinely takes time and nothing else. And to be honest, time, the people, like, the saying goes that time heals all wounds, right? But let's be real, it never heals it fully. There's always the pain, there's always the memories, the good kind, the bad kind, all of the memories, they're always there. Like, people pass on, but memories always remain. So you have to enjoy as much as you can, and so you have the more to remember things, no matter how you look at it, regarding any person in your life. So yeah, I don't know. It's very hard, like, in these type of situations, to find the right words, because let's be real, there are no right words. It's everyone is going to say something different, everyone's going to feel differently, everything's going to react to it differently. And the ultimate thing is that it's tragic, it is painful, and just don't take anything for granted in life. Don't take happy moments granted for life. Don't take pain also for granted in life to some extent, because no matter how you look at it, pain makes who we are today. And yeah, family, never take them for granted, because let's be real, everyone has had their moments in their life when they just sit there and think that, oh, I know better. Who cares what they think, like, regarding your parents and stuff like that? I know better. But ultimately, sometimes you drift apart. And when some stuff like this happens, like, you always think about the situations where I wish I didn't do that. I wish I could have done something else. I wish I did more. I wish I said something. But then, of course, already it is a bit too late. So yeah, if you have loved ones around, your friends, like, don't hesitate to tell them that you love them. Don't hesitate to tell them that they are important in your life. Don't hesitate to tell them that you are glad and you are thankful that they are in your life, because family and friends, those are things that last a lifetime. At the same time, they can disappear like that. You never know what's going to happen. And be thankful. Genuinely be thankful. Try to live your life to the fullest, so you have more fond and positive memories to remember your life by, remember anyone's life by, and remember your friends, your family's life. You have those moments, your special moments, which you will carry with you for the rest of your life. Let's be real. As long as it may be, you're going to carry them with your life, throughout your life. You're going to remember those things, whether that person is next to you or he's not, or she is not, or whatever. So ultimately, yeah, don't take things for granted in life. Be thankful, be happy, try to enjoy every second, make every second last, as they say. And yeah, but overall, for footballing world, this is a very, very painful moment, because we have lost one of our own. Let's be real, we have lost one of our own, part of our footballing family. Let's be real. And yeah, as I said, my condolences to Jota's family, wife, kids, friends, Liverpool fans, Liverpool Football Club, Porto, Atletico Madrid, footballing world in general. Because we watch them week in, week out, multiple times a week, during seasons, and we think this is going to last forever. We are sad when players retire in general, because we are not going to see them ever play again, pretty much. And now that someone gets taken too quickly from this world, right? We just realize that we have done nothing. We just watched it, enjoyed it, but we expected that it's going to happen next season, it's going to happen next game, it's going to happen in general. So moments like this genuinely brings life into perspective. It genuinely brings life into perspective in terms of those small moments you have. Literally, I have had people in my life who have been there genuinely for a month, right? I don't speak to them anymore. At the same time, those people have made me experience some emotions, some feelings, some memories I most likely never going to experience with anyone else. So ultimately, yeah, it's very sad, it's very painful, it's very eye-opening as well, definitely, to some people, because if you go your daily life, you don't think about this stuff, because you never know. You go outside, you go to the shops, you never know what's going to happen. You go to work, you never know what's going to happen. And these type of situations, like, they actually make you appreciate more the moments that you wake up, you have your family by your side, you go, you see your colleagues, you go, you see your friends, you come home, you have your family by your side. Like, it takes an extra appreciation for that. Because sometimes I generally feel, including myself to some extent, sometimes I tend to take those moments, those people, for granted, never thinking about repercussions, what would happen the next day if something went wrong. So ultimately, as I said, make every moment last. Be thankful for people who you have in your life. Whether even they're bad or good, ultimately it doesn't matter to some extent. because no matter how you look at it, that you will experience some positive, some negative stuff, but those will the memories that will last, no matter how you look at it, and those memories will change you, because every person that comes into your life changes you, no matter how you look at it, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you notice it or not. And ultimately, yeah, it's one of those that hits hard home, because it's family, no matter how you look at it. You have your own family, you have your work family, you have also your footballing family, like fans, club, footballing world in general, because we all have friends who are not only, for example, Arsenal fans. You have fans who are United fans, Liverpool fans, and it's painful to see them being in pain. It's painful, right? So be thankful for every person in your life. Be thankful. Show them that you appreciate them. Show them that you love them. Don't take them for granted, ultimately. And then I will say this last time, my condolences to Jota's family, to friends, to Liverpool fans, to Liverpool, to Porto, to Atletico Madrid, to footballing world, to everyone. Like, make every moment last, and like, try to make sometimes the best of your life, because also everyone has problems in life, but when stuff like this happens, it genuinely puts things into perspective. Because if I wake up and I don't want to go to work, my coffee machine is broken, right? I'm pissed off, I'm annoyed, it makes me sad. At the same time, when stuff like this happens, big part of problems in my life seem very insignificant, because you tend to also sometimes replace that family with yourself, and you would think, what would happen if I, let's just say, I get a call and someone from my family just is not there anymore. And yeah, appreciate the little moments, whoever you are with. Appreciate the big moments, whoever you are with. Appreciate every second, every memory you make with those people, because those ultimately may also be the last moments you have with those people, whether they leave your life, whether they unfortunately may pass away or whatever. Make every moment last. Appreciate everything you get in your life. Let's just put it that way. Appreciate every single moment in your life. I've been shocked all day. Big up Valeria. I totally understand, because whole footballing world has been. Let's be real. Exactly. Stuff like this brings life into perspective. Yeah, appreciate the sentiment. Big up everyone. But yeah, life is short as it is, so don't take any second for granted. Let's just put it that way. Big up views. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're feeling well today as well. I saw your stream. I saw your premiere of the video and everything. Hope you're feeling well today. Hope you are genuinely feeling okay, because I know that for some people it hits a bit differently than others. Of course, everyone mourns differently. Everyone feels differently when they get news like that. So hope you feel well okay. And yeah, smash the likes, people. Like, I don't know. Like, today it's not as much as about likes as the community coming together in general in these situations like this. But yeah, like I don't know. And the worst part is, life goes on. You have to try and make the best of your life as you move on. And we're gonna try to do this. It will be a bit more chilled, most likely. It will be a bit more relaxing, but we'll see where this leads us. Genuinely, it will be. Let's see where this leads us, because some things just are different. Let's just put it that way. Some things are just different. But yeah, speaking, obviously the stream is about Arsenal. I just wanted a mini 10-15 minute intro and everything, talk about these situations, because yeah, those things happen, and it's never a good thing, unfortunately. Never, ever, ever it is a good thing. Can speak from experience countless times, unfortunately. But anyways, let's move on a bit. Try to at least somehow look at football from things that are also in different light. Let's just put it that way. News regarding Arsenal today, right? First things first, Ben Jacobs has spoken. Whether you believe it or not, it's a different story, but it's in news, so let's talk about this. Apparently, Al Nassr, the club where Cristiano Ronaldo plays for, are willing to pay £73 million for Gabriel Martinelli. Now, I don't know what you think about Martinelli, whether you want him at the club or not, but ultimately, to sign a left winger, as painful as it is, it looked like Arsenal will have to sell one of their big guys. Let's just put it that way. And in my opinion, Arteta's eyes 100%. Martinelli is the most expendable one, solely due to the reason that he has tried him to replace quite a few times, to say the least, 3-4 times, right? And now there could be an opportunity to sell him to Saudi. And for me personally, if we sell him to Saudi, there are no excuses not to sign Rodrygo, because we're going to speak on Rodrygo in a split second, because there are somewhat hopeful Copium level news regarding Rodrygo, which we're going to get to in a second. But apparently, see, Darren wants Martinelli gone in a second. And to be honest, it's hard to disagree, because he came into Arsenal 2.5 million, if I'm not mistaken. The price was from Brazilian B League. Same time got into Arsenal as Bukayo Saka, and comparatively to Bukayo Saka, how he has grown to Martinelli, it is genuinely night and day. He had one great season where he just was phenomenal, to be honest, and it looked like it could kickstart his career. But so far, arguably, this looks like Martinelli has been a one-season wonder to some extent. I'm not saying fully, but to some extent. And now that if you combine these news that potentially Al Nassr are willing to pay 73 million for him, to this, that Arsenal have held preliminary talks with Rodrygo's camp in recent weeks, and Real Madrid are open to allowing him to leave this club in the summer, like, there are no excuses not to sell him. Because if we sell him, like, let's be real, if we sell Martinelli, Rodrygo has to come in. There is no Ezayat left-wing talks. There is none of that. Seriously, there is none of that. Martinelli must be replaced by Rodrygo. Real Madrid and Xabi Alonso are open to Rodrygo leaving this summer. They have agreed that the club will not stand in the player's way if a suitable offer is made. The rumors regarding the suitable offer, big up Pepper, hope you're doing well. There are talks that suitable offer for this is about 80 to 90 million. And if we sell Martinelli 73 million, add 10 million on top, should be enough. It genuinely should be enough. And yeah, this is the big copium. This is the big copium now. Because if we pull this off and we sell Martinelli to Saudi for 73 million pounds, and let's be real, he's going to get paid very well in terms of salary in Saudi as well, tax-free and all that. We all know how they roll. It actually would be quite phenomenal, to say the least. Because if 73 million, 10 million on top, and Rodrygo could come in at Arsenal, that actually could be quite fantastic, if you ask me. Because I always got the feeling that for us to sign, actually, a Rodrygo, Martinelli has to go. I know I was thinking about whether it's Martinelli or Trossard, right? But we are not going to get another 35 million offer for Trossard like we did last September, right? From Saudis. So, plus, Trossard is on much lower wages than Martinelli. And to sign such a player, as weird as it sounds regarding Arsenal, we need to get one of the big players off the books plus his salary. Rodrygo at the moment is on 210,000 a week at Real Madrid, and getting Martinelli on 180 off pretty much opens the doors fully for Rodrygo. Plus, Rodrygo wants to play left wing, and with Martinelli leaving, that means that Rodrygo could start every single game pretty much on that left role. The thing is, though, do I envision Rodrygo tracking back like Martinelli? No, I don't. That is the big thing. And Martinelli, that only counter argument for Martinelli to stay at Arsenal, for me, is either he plays at striker, right? Or keep him as a rotational player off the bench around 60th, 70th minute when defenders are tired, sub him on just so he can cause havoc, basically, which would be dumb because we have Rodrygo in general. But Martinelli actually would track back, which sounds weird because I hate that. At the same time, that fits right into Mikel Arteta's plans. But if push comes to shove, peace out Martinelli, hello Rodrygo. That's why the copium continues regarding Rodrygo, at least. Throwing Trossard as a bonus. Not sure that's going to work out. Big up Eros, Mikel music in the house. Big up people. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I genuinely believe Martinelli will thrive under a different coach and different system. Oh, 100%. We already saw how good Martinelli can be if you play him in open spaces, in attacking football, where he can drive, where he gets the ball at his feet at pace, and when he has lots of confidence. We already have seen that. So the fact that Mikel Arteta went away from that, basically, and absolutely annihilated Martinelli in some extent, well, there's nothing left to say that Martinelli, unless we start to play that type of football again, or he gets under a manager who plays similar type of football, is never going to happen. Plus, for example, if he plays even under a manager who plays 5 at the back, or 3 at the back in this case, and he plays as a left mid, he can just run up and down the field quite a lot, in my opinion. So there's definitely that. How many left backs and left eights has played with compared to... Sorry, what? How many left backs and left eights has he played with compared to Saka? Yeah, Saka pretty much plays exclusively with Odegaard, White, or Timber, right? 95% of the time. Martinelli has had Zinchenko, Skelly, Calafiori, Tierney, Trossard, Havertz, Jota, Declan Rice. He has played with insane amount, and everyone most likely would agree to this, that our left side is screwed up. No matter how you look at it, after 22-23 season, it looked like we will kick on. If we find a proper replacement for Jota and we keep the same system, the same style, we tweak it a bit defensively, it should work out. But Arteta has changed it completely. And now the left side is completely annihilated. So selling Martinelli, for example, and then bringing in Rodrygo for that money that we get actually makes a lot of sense, because attacking-wise, we will be much more dangerous. Rodrygo is one of those guys that definitely would make me very, very excited, I would consider buying an Arsenal shirt with Rodrygo on the back. And I never get Arsenal kits with names on the back, ever. And I don't get Arsenal kits in general until we win something major. But this would be some Alexis Sanchez type level signing, where we actually would have very dangerous wings for a change. We would have option B, C, and D if we add Rodrygo to the list. On top of that, if we get a proper striker, it actually would make a lot of sense, because our attack would become 10 times more dangerous. Then I would actually say that we have a proper chance. Get Gyokeres, get Rodrygo, sign Eze, maybe a left back, we're good. Let's be real, we're good. Let's be real. Unless Arsenal sells someone massive, right? I don't think this deal goes through. And as I said before, in my opinion, in Arteta's eyes, Martinelli is the most expendable one, just due to the fact that he has tried to replace Martinelli on countless times. Like, he tried to sign Mudryk and all these guys to replace Martinelli. Let's be real. So it makes a lot of sense that if Martinelli gets sold, we get Rodrygo. It makes a lot of sense. However, if we sell Martinelli and we sign Eze for that left wing spot, I'm going to be hella pissed off. Because for me, Eze is not a left winger. For me, he's a number 10. And that means dropping the no-show guard, mosquito guard, and all this stuff. And that actually would be also nice. Smash the likes. Smash the likes. Big up, people. Big up. Did someone order a British guy? Big up, AJ. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. 13 likes. Big up, people. If we can push it up to 20, I would much appreciate that. Agreed on Martinelli? Yeah. Big up, everyone. 14 likes. Damn, you are smashing it. 15. Oh, my God. Sell Gabriel Martinelli for that 73 million, then pay whatever it costs to get Rodrygo. Exactly. Because there are rumors that Real Madrid would want around 85 million pounds for Rodrygo, right? That's about 90 million euros, something like that. And selling Martinelli alone adds some money on top. We're Gucci. Genuinely, we're Gucci. We can sign him like no tomorrow instantly without shadow of a doubt. So for me personally, it makes a lot of sense if Arsenal sell Martinelli and then instantly get in as well Rodrygo. I think not like per like, because Rodrygo is a much better player. But overall, I think it makes a lot of sense. He would get to play his preferred position, which is left wing. He would start game in, game out. So for me personally, it makes a lot of sense. 661 subs. Big up to you all. Big up to you all. Sell Martinelli and make funds for Rodrygo. Exactly. Because that would instantly. Robo, I'd definitely be buying that Rodrygo shirt with the name on the back. Exactly. Like, that would be, again, as I said, Alexis Sanchez level type signing. On top of that, like, I mentioned this yesterday as well. I was watching a TikTok, right? And there were talks that Alexis Sanchez, Barcelona, MSN on top, right? Pedro is playing well, and no matter how good Alexis played, he couldn't get into the main team. So they sold him to Arsenal. And we saw what Alexis did. Not gonna lie, Rodrygo kinda is in similar role at Real Madrid. He wants to play left wing, but they prefer Vini there, right? With Jabi Alonso coming in, he wants to play three at the back. And Rodrygo as a right mid or left mid is not going to work for them. He needs to be higher up so he can attack to defenders instantly. So Rodrygo leaving Real Madrid and coming even to Arsenal makes a lot of sense to me personally. But that again, as I said, that is just like straight from the title. Rodrygo Copium continues. Let's just put it that way, because this is a massive Copium I'm trying to waffle out here. Drop the no-show guard, exactly. Get Eze or sell him. Facts. Saudi, please buy that Norwegian twink for us as well. Dude, Martinelli, imagine Martinelli and Odegaard both go to Saudi. Imagine the scenes. They rather compete. Don't sell Martinelli, sell Gabriel Jesus. Big up Tapu as well, by the way. And this is the nuts part. We are not selling Jesus. I don't know even what we're gonna do with Jesus. Personally, for me, in ideal scenario, to be honest, and this will sound mad a bit, I would sign Rodrygo and allow Martinelli to be off the bench, because with his explosive pace, his attack, his ability to track back in the second part of the game, that would work to like a charm. I'm not gonna lie. Plus, he can play as a number 9 potentially as a center forward. That would actually also work like a charm if we are talking about Arsenal in this regard. So this is a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. However, Martinelli has been trying to being replaced a few times already, and it doesn't look like Arteta is a big fan of Martinelli in general. So I would actually assume that if push comes to shove, Martinelli is out and Trossard is going to stay. He might sign a contract extension or improved contract and everything. But still, Trossard as the backup also, it's not the worst thing. Let's just put it that way. Especially if Trossard doesn't complain a lot, is not annoyed. Trossard, like, he's older by a mile than Martinelli. Martinelli still has something to fight for, prove himself, and he can still complain that he doesn't get enough game time. Trossard, with his career slowly edging towards the end part, I'm not gonna lie, that is already a bit different story, and Arsenal could take a bit of advantage of that. Let's just put it that way, given that Trossard is 30 already. Yep, fair trade to me. I would think so. Personally, I get it. 16 likes, big up people, big up. You are doing a madness today. Any update on Eze? Nothing that I heard of new. Nothing new today. Any update on Gyokeres or Sesko? Dude, I'm tired of Gyokeres and Sesko. I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely tired of Gyokeres and Sesko already. But I think there is something. I genuinely believe there is something. Where is it? I need to find this now. Though. I think there was something I read about striker in general, but there is nothing specifically regarding Benjamin Sesko and Victor Gyokeres in general, right? However, there is something which really, really makes me uneasy, right? It's an improved, like, this is the thing. This is how easy it is to get Arsenal fans to get hyped up. Very easy. Because today on media, random account posted this. Right? Random account posted this. Several German clubs eye Kai Havertz amid Arsenal uncertainty. With 3 years left on his contract and an established first-team player set to be sold next year, Havertz's future is unclear. Market value estimated at 65 million euros. Like, this is the nuts one. This is the nuts one for me. It's an unproved source, but there are talks starting regarding this, which is kind of nuts. How people actually fall for this, because I don't see Havertz getting sold whatsoever, is actually insane to me. Personally, I would sell Havertz right now. Like, don't ask me twice, right? However, who would even get Havertz? Who would even willing to pay that for Havertz? 65 million euros. That's about what? 58 million pounds? Something in those lines. If we could even get that for Kai Havertz, I would be over the moon. If we could get near his value we paid for him, I would be ecstatic. I'm not gonna lie. I would be hella ecstatic, to say the least. But I don't think that's gonna happen. That source is just a random waffle. I'm not gonna lie. I just remembered we wanted Mudryk for 80. Exactly. I think Mikel has been looking for another player in that position. Yeah, he has. That's the thing. He wanted Mudryk. There was another one. Then, of course, there was infamous Nico Williams and everything. Last summer, I think it was as well a bit. And now, of course, it's now Rodrygo, Nico Williams. There was random Sane links. There was random Noni Madueke links and everything. So he wants to replace him. I think Arteta, after that one season he had afterwards, it was pretty much evident that he's not the biggest fan of him. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. R.I.P. Diogo, Jota, and Andre Silva. R.I.P. Let's see what else. 65 mil. That's actually nobody paying for that. I get it. I'm very skeptical about that as well. Just got home from watching the F1 film. It was amazing. Definitely recommended. Big up to you, AJ. I haven't watched it yet. I've heard mostly positive reviews. There are some negative ones as well. I'm not too sure I'm going to watch it or not even. And I'm not too sure if I'm going to find time to even watch it or not. But obviously, time only will tell. Anyhow, any bloody cow. Here are some other news. Apparently, the target laid out by Mikel Arteta to Andrea Berta, right, is for a striker to be signed before Arsenal fly out to Singapore on July 19th. Like, everyone knows that. And he understands, Isa Khan understands that the striker will definitely be signed in this window. I would envisage a deal having either being made very close to finalizing in the week commencing July 14. So what he is saying, in the span of next 10 to 11 days, he envisions a striker being at Arsenal. That's what he's saying. So he has genuinely 10 days to do it. Well, you better speed up, No Gyokeres yet. No Gyokeres yet. Big up YouTube censors. Robot, not even Saudi would take Havertz. Like, I don't know even Havertz would want to go there. Any update on Christian today? Nothing on Norgard. Apparently, Zubimendi was to be announced today. It was Arsenal were prepared to announce Zubimendi today. But with the unfortunate news of passing Diogo Jota and his brother, it got postponed, most likely till tomorrow. But yeah, apparently Zubimendi had been set to be announced today. Apparently, according to rumors, of course. It's all strictly rumors. It's all strictly waffle and all that stuff, of course. Let's just put it that way. It's all strictly rumors and waffle. Anyhow, some other news regarding Arsenal, which is kind of a weird one, but Mehmet Ali has left his role as Arsenal's under-21's head coach to become part of Keith Andrews' backroom team at Brentford. No idea what that means for Arsenal, but we'll see where this lands. Genuinely, that's all I know. That's all I have read. Like, that is the big thing. Exactly, according to the reports. Everything is according to reports. Whether it's strictly waffle, rumors, who bloody knows, because overall, it is all up in the air, and there are no certainties of anything whatsoever. So, who asked me about Gyokeres? Because there are some latest news about Gyokeres. According to Sam Mogber, we all know how that has gone on Arsenal previously, but he tends to be somewhat decent on occasion. Haven't heard anything today, but I'm definitely going to check it out a bit later on in about 10-15 minutes. Definitely going to look into Eze a bit more, because I haven't read anything much today regarding Eze since yesterday. Like, transfer talks today are very slow because, let's be real, the main focus today is Diogo Jota and his brother passing away. Anyways, Arsenal are understood to have made headway. Arsenal have made headway with a potential move for Victor Gyokeres in recent days. The player is understood to be very keen to join Arsenal. Well, that kind of goes without saying, given that he wants to join Arsenal. He has gone on strike, apparently, in Sporting and everything. Significantly, the signing of Gyokeres is understood to have Andrea Berta's backing. To be honest, he wanted, actually, apparently, Andrea Berta wanted Victor Gyokeres at Atletico Madrid, right? But Diego Simeone wanted Julian Alvarez. And basically, Atletico Madrid went over Andrea Berta's head and signed Julian Alvarez, apparently. So that is coming out from Atleti fans and from Spain in general. Those were the news at the time. On top of that, what I have heard, what at least Curtis as well said, Curtis Shaw TV said that one of the biggest frustrations Arsenal Athletic fans had with Andrea Berti is the fact that he was doing 4 deals at the same time. Like as we see, basically Arsenal linked with 3-4 strikers, 3-4 left wingers, 3-4 right wingers at the same time. He wants to do multiple deals so he can basically pick and choose who he wants. As good as it is to have options at the same time, it's annoying. I'll just put it that way. It kind of halts everything. Anyways, Gyokeres was not a strong target for Arsenal prior to Berta's arrival, but he believes he could make an instant impact. Well, he will. At least I would think so. Should Arsenal sign Benjamin Sesko or Gyokeres, it is likely to cost them in excess of £70 million, which, to be honest, is not that much. Only Watkins would be a cheaper option, allowing them to spend more elsewhere. Again, penny pinching, basically. It is understood that Watkins and Gyokeres are the 2 players Arsenal have explored moves for in recent days, more specifically. If I had $1 every time I had, according to the reports, I'd be retired. Same. I would be living in like 4.5 million mansion and everything. Like no cap about that. I don't understand why Rodrygo excites everyone. His stats were not better than Trossard last season. That's why you shouldn't look at the stats only. You should look at what he does on the pitch, how he plays, how he looks. You should be looking at how he plays, what abilities he has, what has he done, not just over one season, but over multiple seasons at Real Madrid, or even before that. And on top of that, Rodrygo is not a right winger. His default position, where he actually is the best at, is left winger. For Real Madrid, he plays right wing only because Real Madrid prefer Vinicius Jr. on the left. Before he went to Real Madrid, he was a left winger. And to some extent, some of his best games for Real Madrid specifically has become when he has been a left winger or he's been cutting in from the left. And sometimes as a number 9, but that's a bit different story. Did Gyokeres break up with his girlfriend because he wants to leave Portugal? Just read those reports. If that's true, that's some commitment. If that is true, I read that as well, that Gyokeres has broken up with his girlfriend and everything because girlfriend and his family want to stay in Portugal. Gyokeres wants to go, let's just say Arsenal, for the sake of an argument, right? If that is true, that's some hell of a commitment, to say the least. And those are the type of players I actually want at Arsenal. The players that actually are clawing their way no matter what the cost to play for the club, because you just know that those players will never be comfortable in their position. They will always strive to be better, to go for the best situation, and they will put everything on the line to do the job. Those are the players I want at Arsenal, not someone who basically twerks for Madrid half the window, then other window he twerks for Liverpool, and then Arsenal just go in and get him, right? That is a bit devious, let's just put it that way. Because Rodrygo is one of the best. Yeah, he is. He actually is. He broke up with his wife, so yeah. Rodrygo is a left winger, that's why his numbers look low. Exactly, and again, he's some of the best times he has been from the left wing. Smash the likes, people. We have stopped at 16. Get the likes. Big up, people. Big up for 16 likes. If you haven't, do me a favor, smash the like. Hulk smash it, caress it, lick it, whatever you do it, just hammer it. Let's aim for 20 likes right now. So, anyways, anything else this is regarding Gyokeres? Arsenal head recruitment James Ellis is set to be promoted to the role of technical director. Arsenal were in talks to Matteo Tognozzi, formerly at Juventus, who signed some great talent. I'm not gonna lie, he signed some very good talent. I'm not gonna lie, he signed some very good talent, like that Turkish guy, I forgot his name, like who housed them to Juventus at the time. So that is actually that interesting that we didn't get him over the role, but not how expected. According to other sources, again, Sam Mokbel, everyone's favorite reporter, sources have indicated there is still no agreement between Sesko and Arsenal. Good news. I'm not gonna lie, good news, let alone the two clubs. Hallelujah. With suggestions that striking a deal for the player has proved significantly harder than expected. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Sesko's agent Bastanovic is understood to have developed a strong relationship with former sporting director Edu and Jason Ato. Oh my god. Oh. Anyways, but with Andrea Berta leading negotiations, those nurtured relationships are no longer relevant. Obviously, because Andrea Berta most likely doesn't stand for any shit that those two stood for. Hence, what at the end of the day that means, that it's not going to be as easy of a deal. There has been no indicators in recent days that Arsenal have focused attention to other targets. See how contradicting this is. There have been indications. See, they just have indications. All of a sudden, Arsenal agree personal terms. It's always like that. Genuinely, always like that. Wait, isn't Marlon's birthday today? He was talking about something about Marlon's birthday. Big up Marlon. Happy birthday, Marlon. Big up, Marlon. Happy birthday to you. Big up to you. You wanted the Zubimendi to be announced today, but it's not going to happen. What's going on about today's my birthday? I didn't see Arsenal signing anyone. Like, let's be real. There are some other things happening in the footballing world today. Your birthday and signing anyone is not anyone else's priority. At the same time, it looks like we will be getting Gyokeres, maybe Rodrygo, and Martinelli might be sold. So that is top-notch. 14 Rodrygo as 11. Yeah, that's the dream. Genuinely, Rodrygo at striker, Gyokeres at striker, Rodrygo on the left wing, Eze in the 10. That is the dream for me. For example, Gyokeres, Rodrygo, Saka, Eze. That is the dream for me. If that happens, mwah. Marlon, with all due respect, something far more important than Arsenal bringing. 100%. We need 4 squad depth, mostly AJ. We need Nelly Trossard because Nelly can play right wing if Sarah. Who's Sarah, by the way? But Nelly cannot play right wing. Well, he can, but not good anyways. Don't forget they're mostly depth now, left back, center backs. Yeah, but all is not important today. Big up, Marlon, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Diogo Jota and his brother passed away today in a car accident as one of the tires as he was overtaking a car blew up. Yep. Those are the news today, and unfortunately very heartbreaking ones as well. BBC Sports understands Arsenal will look to sell one of their more established first-team players inside the next 12 months. Gabriel Martinelli has been extensively linked with the move away this summer, as we all just talked about Al Nassr and 73 million. We just talked about that. And it's understood that it isn't something the club are ruling out. Please. There are understood to be several clubs in Germany keeping on Kai Havertz's situation heading into next summer, when he will have 2 years left on his contract. Oh, my sweet Moses. Please, I beg, please do it. Someone, please sign Havertz. Please. I beg of you. What shirt now do we give Gyokeres if we sign him? Well, that's up to the club and up to Gyokeres. Let's be real. Like, seriously. That's up to him. And Arsenal's policy on numbers. Gyokeres has number 9. Gyokeres played number 14 at Swansea. He's number 9 in Sporting and for Sweden. So it will be very interesting to see what number he's going to get. Like, that is the big thing. He was 17 at Coventry. He was 17 also somewhere else. So that is very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. It was painful. Yeah, people like Eddie wearing number 14, that was disgrace. I'm not going to lie. We are not having a player better. Yeah. Not the... Wait. What is going on? Next 12 months, right? Next 12 months. Always next season. Always next window and everything. But I beg, please, someone sign Kai Havertz ASAP. And of course, the big thing is, which I hope is true, and I hope it happens, we do this. We sell him to Al Nassr. Please, sell him to Al Nassr, and then, where is it? Sell Martinelli to Al Nassr for 73 million and sign him. I beg of you, just do it. Genuinely, just do it. I'd said the love child ain't going anywhere. He must. Thought Havertz got 5-year deal. Well, it's still 2029 or 2028. He didn't get a 5-year deal. He got 3 with an option, or 4. To be honest, it is 5-year deal because we signed him 2 seasons ago, right? Yeah, 2 seasons ago. This is the 3rd season, and after this season that's gonna come, he has 2 years left. 5 years. We are halfway through Havertz's time at Arsenal. Think about it that way. Halfway through Havertz's time at Arsenal, we are already. Why would we keep Martinelli? One of them, I think one of them stays, and if we sign Rodrygo, one of them goes. Let's just put it that way. 29 for Gyokeres. Don't. I would give Gyokeres number 9. Jesus would give him 2. Yeah, Jesus also is a big issue. Big up TKA. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Big up TKA. Retire the goddamn 14 shirt. I don't think it's going to happen. Why would we keep on... Exactly. Squads. Yeah, 73 million for Martinelli. I swear, if that would actually happen, I 100% can guarantee you half of the Arsenal fan base would fly to England, to London, and pay for his ticket to Saudi instantly. Just 100%. There are a big part of fan base that thinks that Martinelli is not good enough anymore, and we need to get Rodrygo to replace him. And let's be real, 73 million in terms of signing Rodrygo, add 10 million of top, and Rodrygo is ours. And Trossard and Nelly can just... Time to learn Arabic, buddy. Exactly. Maybe you can give him some from private lessons and all that stuff. Pause and all everything. You know what I mean, right? But yeah, teach him Arabic, maybe something like that. Someone teach him Arabic. Big up, people. Big up. Like the stream as well. Y'all have been fantastic today. Some people think Bergkamp is the GOAT. Marlon. Yeah, to be honest, yeah. Some people think Bergkamp is good. To be honest, Thierry Henry as well has said, like, he considers Bergkamp the best player he has ever played with. And to be honest, you can also see why. And the way he was moving on the pitch and everything, what he was doing on the pitch, like the best way I saw someone describe Dennis Bergkamp was, you could play in snow, and Dennis Bergkamp moving around, you would see no footprints whatsoever. That is a big thing. Bergkamp, give us big up, Elizabeth. Give us Martinelli to Madrid, please. You want a swap deal? Martinelli for Rodrygo sounds fair. For me, it sounds very fair. Seriously. As soon as you get Martinelli, we're going to change our bank accounts and everything, right? But it sounds fair. It sounds very fair. Both Restore, Gabriel Martz are not good enough. Yeah, true. They both are not good enough. But one has to stay, kind of. Big up Megali, big up, hope you're doing well. Do you think Perez is going to release player like Rodrygo for only 70 million? I think Perez definitely going for it. It is 90 million euros, apparently, and which basically is about 82, 83, maybe 84 even million pounds. So I think for 84 million pounds, that is possible. Genuinely, I think that is possible. Wait, let me check this. Let's check this quickly. Here we go. We can share this. So, according to Rodrygo's price has dropped from 110 million euros to 90 million euros this season, apparently. If an interesting offer around 80 to 85 million euros, that's even euros, that's about 79 million pounds. That's actually cheap. That's basically swapping Martinelli for Trossard, by the way. Martinelli for Rodrygo, sorry. Real Madrid could drop their valuation even further. Oh my God. If that is true, Arsenal, if you don't get Rodrygo, you better just don't tune into the next stream when Rodrygo signs for Bayern Munich or someone like that. There is a possibility. Yeah, we are not linked with Lookman. I don't mind. Buy Gyokeres. Yeah, buy Gyokeres, Rodrygo, and Eze. Those three signings I need. This summer, I need Gyokeres, Rodrygo, and Eze. Those three. Because then I kind of can forgive, right? I kind of can forgive all these Kepas, Norgards, and stuff like that, which I get also why we sign him. But for me personally, we should have gone the main targets first. Hopefully, it works out for Arsenal, and we get those three. That doesn't look my 47. Yeah. What do you guys think is Mikel's weakness? What do you guys think is Mikel's biggest weakness in your opinion? Oh. Biggest weakness of Mikel Arteta or Mikel Merino? Mikel Merino or Mikel Arteta? I know it's Mikel Arteta, of course. I don't even know. There are too many, and picking out one, it's very, very, very hard. Very hard. You could say winning, accountability, something like that, maybe. Let's just put it that way. Because when we lose, he blames everyone else. He finds excuses. He cannot win. When he draws, the same thing. He says he doesn't want to single out a single player. Yet when we lose, he singles out a certain player on occasion, whether it's Raya or Skelly or Saka or Martinelli or Havertz or someone like that. Like, there are lots of those. Genuinely lots of those. Just think Kai Havertz getting paid quadruple the amount of money than Dennis Bergkamp. Like, different times. Let's be real. Like, players like Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp in this market would be 100 million easy without shadow of a doubt, with your eyes closed, and they would be on 300,000-400,000 a week without shadow of a doubt as well. Not winning a trophy. What does that do in this bet? 18 likes. Big up, people. Big up to you all. Big up to everyone who has liked. If you haven't already, do me the favor and like the stream as well. Buy the striker first. We're going to get a striker. We're going to get a striker. It looks like it's moving towards direction where we're going to get striker and a left winger before the preseason even, which is quite interesting. I'm not going to lie, looking at Arsenal. What day next week we will reveal NordVPN? No idea. But we will reveal him 100%. I think Zubimendi is gonna be revealed tomorrow, and maybe Monday, Tuesday we're gonna reveal what's its face? What's his name? Norgard, just like we did with Kep on Tuesday. Maybe something like that. Might be something in those lines. Winning. Marlon says everything. He can't coach, develop. That's also like there are lots. Get the likes up. Yeah, big up people. Big up everyone. NordVPN most likely next Tuesday or something like that is going to get announced. So we'll see. We genuinely will see. Anything else regarding Arsenal we can talk about? Because the links in general are very promising, and that is the issue with Arsenal. The more promising links Arsenal have, the bigger are the chances many times we don't sign any of them, which is very scary because if you have been Arsenal long enough, you know how this goes. We've been linked with Higuain. He's almost at the carpet, and we signed Yaya Sanogo, right? And stuff like that. PTSD is still there. Genuinely, PTSD is still there. I know we can't, but we will. I am in a weird state at the moment. After the signings of Kepa, of Zubimendi, of Norgard, and by the looks of things, Mosquera as well, at some point, maybe in near future, I'm kind of in a mindset that we're going to get a striker and we're going to get a left winger. Who it's going to be, I don't know, but we're going to get them. And that is the case. I know I might be starting to trust a bit too much in this, but the way these rumors are being spread around like no tomorrow, causing massive chaos in the market at the moment in terms of journalists and everything, it seems way too chaotic not to be something in it. Like where there's smoke, there is fire, as they say, right? So ultimately, I kind of starting to get a feeling that there will be something to it. Promising, yeah. Morgan Rogers, haven't had anything today, to be honest. You just answer your own question about this fucking club ownership. I think we will. Bro, player like Jamie Gittens sold to Chelsea for 65. Do you think Rodrygo Williams 4? I think Rodrygo deserves more. Like, it means nothing in this market. Player is worth what the team asks. And Chelsea also is a bit different story. They just throw money around like no tomorrow and they just get whatever they can, ultimately. And Rodrygo, Jamie Gittens as well, he was one of the players for Borussia Dortmund, one of the main ones, arguably. Same, for example, Rodrygo is a bit out of sorts for Real Madrid. With Xabi Alonso, different formation, different tactics, and doesn't fit the style. Rodrygo himself apparently wants to play left wing, and that, looking whilst Vini at least is there, is never going to happen. Plus, they don't kind of play even with a left wing, you could argue. So I genuinely don't think that plays a role. And if Rodrygo hands transfer request in himself, right, and says, I want to leave, and they agree, I think 19 million, something like that, it will be enough. It genuinely will be enough. Like, that is the case. It will be enough. Because clubs can ask whatever they want for a player. Whether they agree to that, that's a different story. And it's very hard to compare these type of situations, 100%. There's no argument that Rodrygo is better than them, right? There's no argument that he's more established, he's more professional, and he has the abilities. Money-wise, it's a very vague situation. Very vague situation. Because you can see, same goes for strikers. Like Tony went to Saudi for 38 million, and then you see Højlund going for 70 million. Who would you rather have, Tony or Højlund? Like, it's the same situation pretty much. It's very, very similar in many terms, and very, very different in very many terms. So you have to take everything with a pinch of salt, no matter how you look at it. Mosquera can cover right back and center back. Mosquera, I don't want to see him at right back. Center back, I can deal with. Right back, no chance. Left back is also a position that is needed. And if we sell, for example, Zinchenko, I can see that happening. Otherwise, I'm not too sure. Gittins, Chelsea, yeah. He announced. Tony is still available. Yeah, I would love to have Tony at Arsenal. Man, that's like treating Gittins like an op now. Yeah, you will treat. Like, Chelsea have signed 3 or 4 forwards already. Rodrygo, left wing, Gyokeres, striker, Eze, can we? Yeah, like, Rodrygo, left wing, Gyokeres, striker, Eze, number 10, Saka on the right, right? Hato on the left back position or whatever. It actually looks very promising. In theory and on paper, it looks very exciting, right? But that is at the same time the issue with Arsenal. Because on paper, in words, they sell you genuinely paradise. But when it comes to action and delivering on it, you get sold genuinely a bungalow. That's what it feels like when you are an Arsenal fan. Because we have seen this every single window. And the sad part is, I might be nuts to say this, but every single summer, I still have the hope. Because I want to win. I want trophies. I want Arsenal to succeed. So I am excited that we are linked with these players, because before it was a very random thing. We have never signed also 3 massive players in one window, which also would be a first for Arsenal, because we tend to sign one massive player, like Rice, Aubameyang, Sanchez, Lacazette, players like that. At the same time, it would be an Arsenal first. And actually, that would actually also show that Arsenal are actually taking things more seriously now. And they're actually moving with a purpose to some extent. Let's be real. Because you cannot have a Crystal Palace, Brentford level window after seeing what Liverpool and Man City have done in this window specifically. Because then that is inexcusable, it is unacceptable, and that is sackable offense from top to bottom. Let's just put it that way. Is there chances to get Isak or Gyokeres and Rodrygo at the same time? Maybe it's going to cost some. Isak is 150 or 130, so that would be 210. And I don't think Newcastle are willing to sell, at least from what I can see. For Arsenal, what can they have? Arsenal have the money. You just don't spend it. And lots of also depends on many other things, like outgoings and balancing books, as much as I hate to say it. What's your opinion on YouTube content creating today? There are a lot of people who are not genuine rage bait people for clicks. Like, it is what it is. Let's be real. Clickbait sells no matter how you look at it. Half of the journalists and half of the links you click during the day when you read transfers are clickbait, because they get paid for clicks, right? On YouTube, it's very similar. The more clickbaity is the title, the more eye-catching, interest-inducing is the title, the more chances are you're going to get clicked. Like, it is what it is. That's the thing. People are intrigued in those situations. Same thing goes for rage bait, trolling, and you can sell also toxic negativity. Like, those things sell no matter how you look at it. Same goes for positivity. The other thing sells as well. So no matter how you look at it, it's just basically a preference of people watching what they want to watch. It's also a preference from the streamer or YouTuber or reporter themselves, how they want to portray the situation, how they want to portray themselves in this instance. The one thing that pisses me off the most in these instances are people, and for example, like, okay, I'm not going to name names, right? But there are people who basically dish out trolling, laughing at other teams and players and situations. But when they get hit back, right, they instantly play the victim and say that is unacceptable, that is unfair, that is embarrassing, and the state of this, right? If you dish out some sort of a troll or rage bait, you have to be willing to accept also the criticism and the backlash you are getting from it. Let's be real, because you cannot have your cake and eat it too. There has to be balance. Let's just put it that way. Simple. Get both Mosquera and Hatso. Sell Kivior and Zini. Good work. Although you cannot say that in this chat, because if you say sell Kivior, Marlon is gonna pull out his P45. I'm just telling you right now. Personally, Retsegi apparently is linked with Saudi as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think, but not the same. I would take Boniface as a backup. Bakayoko wants to start, but those are all the excuses I can imagine. There's the saying basically there. I would love to have proper backups. Just extend 29's contract. Dude, if that happens, I might as well go live in the woods and start supporting Forest Green Rovers. 20 likes, people. Big up to you all. Much love and much appreciation for you all. Buemo to Man United. Yeah, those are the links as well now. Content create. They're already answered that. Just to Zini, not to Big Kiwi. He's a rock. We need him. Igal versus normal. That is always the case. Like plus Maldini, that academy center back. Yeah, you can't dish it. Don't take exactly. Basically, don't do the crime if you cannot do the time. There is saying like that. At the same time, right? It is like that. Don't basically dish out trolling. Don't dish out laughing at someone else. Because if something happens to you and you get the same treatment, you have no right to complain about it if you have done it to other people. And I see that on Twitter quite a lot. I'm not going to lie. All the time. Josh Nichols might have to start watching Prime Alves from now. Those situations. What's your opinion on Rodrygo's jersey number? Will Odegaard give 10 to Rodrygo? And in case Martinelli didn't manage to move to Saudi, what's going to happen? The thing is, this will be weird take, maybe, right? But I don't see Rodrygo coming in potentially if Martinelli doesn't leave. I have read quite a few, let's just say, reports. Here's another buck for you, Ross. That signing someone big like Rodrygo basically weighs on the fact that, for example, Martinelli leaves. Someone else also has to leave. There have been reports during May, during June, and now July as well. And if, for example, we sell Martinelli, I can see Rodrygo joining us, right? If he wants to, obviously. That is obviously if he wants to, right? But for Arsenal, there were talk there might be some casualties, and one of them could be one big player. And the way I see from all the team, whole 22 or whatever players we have, Martinelli is the most expendable one in Mikel Arteta's eyes. That's the way I at least feel it, because he's not going to sell Odegaard or Timber or Saka or Zubimendi or who else is there? Saliba, Gabriel, or Raya. He's not going to sell any of those. Martinelli is the most expendable one. Plus, he has tried to replace him on numerous occasions already before. Even when he was on fire in 22-23 season, he wanted to pay 90 million or 100 million for Mudryk. Like, it is like that, unfortunately. Like, don't do that, AJ. Just don't do it. Right now, Big Timber whole season, it would be good, potentially. Big up Drake. Hope you're doing well. Drake Slicer. What a name. That sounds like a badass cop private investigator type name. Drake Slicer. Sounds very nice. I'm not gonna lie. Sounds like a wrestler name as well. Number 8's available. Odegaard's 8. Hope Arsenal win next season Premier League if all the rumors come true. That's the thing. For me, like, if we get Rodrygo, Gyokeres, there are no excuses. No excuses whatsoever. And to get Rodrygo, I think we have to sell Martinelli to balance the books in general, no matter how you look at it, given what money Jesus is on 265, Havertz on 285, Odegaard on 240, new contract for Gabriel, he's most likely on 200 or something like that. Saka with the new deal that's going to happen soon, he's going to hit 300, something like that. Skelly is going to get a new deal. Vanieri is going to get a new deal. They're going to go from 4 and 6 grand to about 50, 60 and something like that. We need to sell also something just to minimize the damage the inflated wages will do. Plus, if we don't manage to sell in this window or next window, players like Zinchenko, Havertz, and get rid of Jesus, Tomiyasu, who's also on 100 grand, it will do more damage long term than people actually can maybe imagine. I've been getting abused by my opinions about Arsenal. People think I'm too positive about Arsenal. Well, people are like that, unfortunately. Everyone has their own opinions on everything. Unfortunately, some people cannot accept different types of opinions, and they start to get loud, abusive, disrespectful, and stuff like that. And those people are very insecure. Robo loves a good damn report. Don't talk to me. You support DC United. You cannot even chat to me. Give Dom number 8. Too soon. We need to see him how he even plays in the first team. Big up, Mike. Big up. Balancing the way, Bill. Exactly. Was good for us last year. Kivior actually wasn't bad when he came in to replace Gabriel. I'm not gonna lie. He actually was decent, right? So maybe that will prove that he can kick on. But the ramblings still around the fact that he wants to be a starter tend to happen more on occasion, and Arsenal will never guarantee him that. Even if Gabriel leaves, we're going to sign a different center back. I don't think Arsenal will ever utilize Kivior as the number one long-term option for the big games. We can big up social joins. Long goddamn time no see. Long time no see. We can't get rid of Lokonga, Fabio, but we will sell Martinelli. To be honest, there are some rumors regarding that. That's why we're talking about selling Martinelli, right? That's why we are talking about it. According to Ben Jacobs, but like take it with a pinch of salt, but those are reports, so we are talking about it. But Al Nassr are willing to pay 73 million for Gabriel Martinelli. And if Arsenal don't do that, they are dumb as a rock. Let's be real, thick as a rock. Last summer, we had a 40 to 45 million offer from Palmeiras for Gabriel Jesus, and Arsenal rejected it last summer. If we this summer do something like this with Martinelli for 73 million, oh my God. Genuinely, oh my God. I might fly to London and flick Mikel Arteta in a nutsack. Not nutsack. So that sounds weird. Never mind. That came out very wrong. Pause. Flick him in the ear. 34 in the chat. Hit the likes. Big up Burton. Hit the likes, people. Hit the likes, people. Sounds like name Jake Peralta would call a criminal wrong. Facts. Big up Brooklyn 99. Big up Brooklyn 99, gang. From Brooklyn. Yeah. Hit those likes. Big up BBK Sports. Big up football. Big up. Hope you're doing well today. Had a blast in your stream today as well. Go subscribe to BBK Sports. Go subscribe. Does NBA content, does football content, Arsenal fan, of course. And on Saturday, hopefully, let's just put it that way, I'm going to be on his channel and we're going to talk Arsenal and transfer window on Saturday. What time? Still don't know. That's still up in the air. He would legit hand down Drake Slicer. Yeah, exactly. Drake respectful Real Madrid games don't make him good enough. Big up Taron, exactly. So the squad will to approach, most likely at some point. We need depth, so let's sell 24-year-old Martinelli, keep ACL Jesus, and 30-year-old Trossard. Yeah, that is depth, let's be real. But that is how Arsenal operate. But if we sell Martinelli and bring in, let's just say, Rodrygo, I will have no complaints. Let's just put it that way. Right? But at the same time, if we sell Martinelli and miss out on Rodrygo, that will be, again, sackable offenses, to say the least. Has anyone heard of Saka and Saliba's contract renewals? Saliba's definitely not. Saliba is still, I think, up in the air because with the Real Madrid still lurking in the background, it is a big, massive worry, to say the least. Saka, I think it's pretty much it's safe to say he might actually sign. Yeah, we need to sell them. We need to sell some of them, definitely. And then that third. Yeah, unfortunately, AJ. I'm sorry, AJ, you had to go through it, but it happens. Genuinely happens. Keep smashing the likes, people. Big up everyone. Marlon, he is not good enough to be simple. Call of Fury as well is still a liability defensively, in my opinion. Get that hospital brother out. Yeah, the nuts part is we got rid of, we didn't extend Party's contract. God knows for what reason. We will never know, most likely. We signed Zubimendi, we signed Norgard, and we extended Sambi Lokonga's contract for 1 more year. Why? Who knows? Maybe for the depth. Who knows? 25 likes, big up, people. If we can push it to 30, I would love you forever. Well, I'm getting feeling like Martinelli leaving if we didn't leave. And Bayern hit the release clause for Rodrygo. I can see that. Because if Rodrygo becomes available on the market, there is no chance in hell that teams like Liverpool, even Liverpool, by the way, Man City, Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich are in a somewhat desperate need of a left winger. Let's be real, given that they have gotten rid of Sane and I think Coleman as well. They need a left winger. They won't bid for him. That, in general, will be a big travesty. That also will be a travesty. The wage bill isn't high, and we are super safe from PSR. Hence why I am hella pissed off that we are not signing anyone. That is the big thing why we are not spending. Plus, owners of the club can put in 109 million per season from their own pocket into the club, and I haven't seen that Kroenkes do that yet. Was supposed to sell Saudi, still not sold one player there. Exactly. At some point, it has to happen. I understand, Dara, but one of the main reasons why you are YouTuber, bro, you have to let us know about it. ITKs and all that, you know. Yeah, Calafiori is a center back and 3 at the back, or left wing back, I would say, in a 5 at the back system. But Arteta never plays like that. That is the biggest issue. Never plays like that. He played that like that the first season when we won the FA Cup. And unfortunately, he has never gone back to it since, which is still annoying. So it pisses me off to this day. He should have been sacked from 23-24. You could argue that, definitely. Vieira, yeah. Big up my boss. Hope you're doing well. Sad about Jota, yeah, and his brother as well. That sad. We just bought Calafiori, AJ. He's just adapting. Oh, bloody hell. Here is another one. 55 games to adapt, like Mikel Arteta said about Havertz. He needs another 55 games. I definitely ain't never getting... Wait, dude, don't, not today. 28 likes, bigger people. These owners put their money toward the club. I don't know. They put it towards something because I think they're building another mall in USA or something like that, or they're in talks over it or something. Or maybe they just are putting the money to sign Jokic on a bigger deal. Who knows? Because Denver Nuggets have had very decent free agency at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. And in the NBA as well. There goes the money, I guess, the 109 million. Create the team that starts the first game of the season if we get the player that we are linked with. Well, Gyokeres, Rodrygo, Saka, Eze, Rice, Zubimendi, Skelly, Gabriel, Saliba. God knows Timber will be fit or not. Let's just say he is Timber and Raya, or White and Raya, or someone like that. Let's just say that. Did you see the clip with... Yeah, I saw. I'm just... No. I would kick Arteta out last season if we lost the 2 points on Odegaard. Would sack Mikel this season. They'll just sack him last season. I don't even know. Like, what's going to happen with Mikel in that regard? Don't even know. Will he get sacked? Is he even in danger? Like, nobody knows. One thing I am for sure certain that with the signings of... If we signed Rodrygo, Gyokeres, and Eze, there would be no place for Mikel Arteta to hide. There would be no excuses for Mikel Arteta to use during any interviews, no nothing. There could be no excuses. If the team doesn't perform, Arteta is the first one out. Instantly, without any hesitation. You aren't starting? No. If we sign Eze, Odegaard is holding the bench. If Timber and Gabriel ain't fit, we are legit cooked, Robo. We might as well just forfeit it. Like, if Timber and Gabriel aren't fit, it's good. Hey, hold on. You preach that Kivior is better than Saliba half the time even. You're saying if Gabriel is out, you're not playing Kivior? Okay, that's just me just getting on your nerves. But ultimately, yeah, if Gabriel and Timber are out for, let's just say, first 2 months even of the start of the season, we are cooked, I think. We are genuinely cooked. I would start instant now. Modric, no. Yeah, Modric as well. When the ladies win the league season, next season doesn't win anything, he should be finished already. Notice there's no complaints on Eze, universally approved amongst the fans. Eze and Kepa would be the only guaranteed players just to work. Like, the nuts part is, Gyokeres is 27. People say he's too old. We signed Aubameyang when he was 27 or 28. right? Nobody complained then. Eze is 27. Nobody's complaining. But when Gyokeres is 27, everyone has a problem. 2 to go to 30. Big up, people. Smash the likes. Marlon makeup. Yeah, just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, guys, big up to you all. You have been freaking fantastic. By the way, if you haven't already, go check out my YouTube short I released today, or TikTok. The same video clip has been posted also there, Mr. Robo19 TV. Near future, whether it's going to be tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or whatever, the channel is going to have a new name, new profile picture, and everything. So don't be shocked. It's going to be, basically, I can show you this right now. I'm going to show you this right now. So people who are here don't get confused as I basically go away. This will be the new channel. This will be the new channel, basically. This will be the new channel, Latvian Gunner. I'm not going to be Mr. Robo19 TV anymore. I'm going to be Latvian Gunner. The channel rebrand is almost done. Genuinely almost done. We are almost there. We're going to do it very, very soon, whether it's going to be tomorrow or day after tomorrow or whatever. Time will tell. But for now, I'm still going to stick to Mr. Robo19, maybe very soon. Any collabs with other people anytime soon? On Saturday, I don't know, it's going to be 7 p.m. UK time or 8 p.m. UK time. We are still figuring things out. I'm going to be on BBK Sports channel, who was in the chat. Eros, if you can drop BBK's link as well in the chat, so just people can go and follow as well. I'm going to be on his channel at some point. He's also going to come on my channel. After that, I'm still not sure. Like, we're gonna see. Definitely gonna reach out to some people. Finally, Robo19, that's hard to find. It's not that hard to find. It's just it's more difficult to find than Latvian Gunner, for example. Plus, Mr. Robo19 TV doesn't specify what the channel is about. Let's just put it that way. It can be about sports, gaming, whatever. If I say Latvian Gunner, let's be real. People know it's about Arsenal. Let's be real. And everything. So we'll see. Hit the like, sub people, Robo say you're one of my favorite YouTubers, bro. Keep up letting your voice be heard. Big up, Eros. Thank you for the kind words. Big up, Eros. Big up to you. Thank you for dropping by on daily. And this is BBK's channel. This is the guy. I'm gonna be on his channel on Saturday, 7 or 8 p.m. Still don't know. Maybe the time will change in general. Still haven't figured that details out. But by then I also could be Latvian Gunner. So get it. So don't get confused. Why Arsenal not buying Gyokeres, man? Like they can. That's the thing. And Gyokeres at the moment is about 70 million or 65 even. He's not even 80, by the way. His price has genuinely plummeted. So I don't know what we are dragging it out so long. But said that from getting bodied multiple times. Yeah, Arsenal for real want to buy Gyokeres for low, but Sporting and Lane. Yeah, but at the moment, apparently his price has dropped, and if he drops below, like the agent doesn't get fees or something like that, it's some weird situation going on there. Robert Ben AMC, a lot of this. Big up, Marlon, big up. But yeah, guys, for today, I'm going to be signing off. Big up to you all. Big up to everyone who joined, who liked, who commented, subscribed. You have been freaking fantastic. Have a nice evening. See you all tomorrow. Most likely, we are expecting a Zubimendi announcement. Are we going to get a bid put in for Gyokeres or someone else? Time only will tell. But for today, I'm going to be signing off. So take care. Have a nice evening. Big up, people. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Peace.